Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the Professor's Picks, alongside in the co-captain's chair on the other side of the StreamYard. We're not in the Zoom. Mr. Ken Golden is here. What's going on?
That's right.
So just so everybody knows why we're now using StreamYard from time to time back on the channel once again is because, especially on this show, is because Ken always has all the images of the albums to show, right? Well, Zoom has always had this image sharing app called Prezi. And about a week or two ago, Prezi kind of shit the bed. So now you can't use it. So there's no real easy way to just show the images of the albums like we normally do here. So StreamYard, you can load them into like a presentation and then run through it. And that's what we've been using. It's fairly easy to use. So that's what we got. So if things look a little bit differently, sound slightly differently, it's because we're using a different video tool here at StreamYard.
And, you know, let us know, like for me, because there's always seems to be issues with Zoom. If I sound any better, I won't be any more articulate. I'll still be a moron. But you know, if you don't hear the quacking noise or whatever, you know, if the audio is better. So, yeah. I mean, if I sound more intelligent, that's just a bonus. So,
that always works, right?
Yeah, it's helpful, right? We got some decent stuff this week.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
You want me to start the thing here?
Let's do it. Let's get the one pre-order out of the way.
Here we go.
Jethro Tull Aqualung Live. So this is coming from Inside Out. This was coming out November 21st on CD, a Digipack, and Black Vinyl. This was a 2005 show, which I believe was only available on video, and Inside Out is now putting it out on CD and vinyl for the first time. And this is with Martin Barr in the lineup, so that's a good thing.
So that's probably got Martin Barr, Andy Giddings.
I think so, yes.
Maybe not Dawn Perry. Well, I don't know if he was still.
You know what? If you bear with me 1 sec, I'll tell you everybody that's in the lineup.
I mean, I think for most people, the fact that Martin's on it, that's
the key, right? I mean, that's what everybody wants. I don't know enough to know what the beef is between those guys, but obviously it's substantial enough that Martin's not in the band. Let's see. Ian Anderson, Martin Barr, Doane Perry, Andrew Giddings, and Jonathan Noyce. Recorded.
That was a long-standing lineup, so that's a really good lineup.
Recorded in 2004 as part of SiriusXM's Then Again Live series. The audio has been newly remastered for this release. It will be available on vinyl for the very first time as a gatefold 180-gram LP, as well as a brand new CD. It documents a live studio performance of the classic Aqualung album in full. So apparently it came out in 2005, but I don't think it ever existed as a CD before.
I've never seen it as a CD, no.
Yeah.
No.
So November 21st, we'll see it on Inside Out.
Cool. That's good.
All right, let's hit the regular stuff. New one from Amorphis, very good band. I don't know. Did you? Oh, I'm sending this to you. You didn't get this one yet. I don't know how to characterize Amorphis, but I like them. They seem to, from my ears, they kind of touch on power, prog, doom. There's a little bit of everything. Psychedelic. I mean,
yeah, it's like death metal, folk metal, prog metal, a little bit of early catalog, a little bit of doom. It's very melodic. It's got a great mix of really great clean vocals and really great death growls and a lot of keyboards, great guitar work. Yeah, this band is fantastic.
I mean, back in the day, I mean, they even covered Hawkwind, right?
Yep.
So, give you an idea.
Really good band.
Very good band. So we've got that now. Let's see. We are selling a lot of Beat. We have the 2 CD Blu-ray, and we have the 3 CD, 3 Blu-ray art book, selling very, very well. And I don't know why anybody be dragging their ass buying this. You need to have it.
It's really good. It's really good. I love the cover art too. I think I love the
it's pretty cool, right? Yeah, and so there was I was surprised. Some guy said in the comments like, "Can't get into the tunes, loves the players, can't get into the tunes." I'm like, oh my God, these tunes are unbelievable, and they bring it alive, man. They just killed with it. It was great, really great. Okay, next. Oh, I missed the JPEG. Before we talk about Edena Gardens, I don't know how I did that. I didn't load Darwin, Distorted Mirror. There's a guy who goes by the name of Darwin. I'm not, I don't know who it is. I'm sure it's documented who Darwin is, but he brings on board a lot of interesting people. And this album has Greg Howe on guitar, Mohini Day on bass. You got Matt Bissonette, Derek Sherinian, Andy Timmons is on guitar, Julian Pollock, who means nothing to me. I'm sorry, Julian. And yeah, oh, good, thanks. I can hold it up and people can see tiny. And maybe it's out of order. We'll see. And who else? Jesse Seibenberg on guitar. And it's unfortunately it's not fusion. You know, it's hard rock. It's like progressive hard rock, and very well done, very melodic, and putting a lot of videos out there. And it's kind of a crazy lineup. I mean, so did you hear this? They send you promo?
No, a lot of great players on there though.
And what's weird is I don't know. Simon Phillips is on this label, and Simon Phillips is on the recording. I don't know if Phantom is his label, Phantom Recordings. I don't know if that's his label or if they're just both signed to the label, but obviously there's a connection. So, all right, now we got Edena Gardens, Dispossessed. Edena Gardens, this is on El Paraiso label. So this is sort of like a psychedelic supergroup trio. You got Jacob Scott, who's the drummer from Cause of Sui. You got Papier guitarist Nicholas Sorensen, and the London Odense Ensemble drummer Martin Rude. And it's kind of fits in with that El Paraiso sound, psychedelic, heavy, maybe some jazz elements here and there. It rooted in jams. You know, that's usually the foundation for these pieces.
You know, it's funny. We talked a couple months ago about how a lot of releases on like the ECM label have that ECM sound.
Yeah.
All the artists on this label have that El Paraiso sound.
Yeah.
They all kind of do that drifting psychedelic thing. It's not too energetic. It's not too heavy. It's just they're all like in a zone together.
Yeah, it's also a cross-pollination. It seems to be, cross-pollination between different bands that are on the label. So guys like Jacob Scott and Nicholas Sorensen, their names seem to pop up quite a bit on these releases. It's a very good label.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, I'm trying to think what label they were originally on. All these bands like Cause of Sui. But I guess wherever they were, I don't know if it was Room Gramophone or Electro Hash from Germany. I don't remember. I guess they weren't happy and they just started their own thing. And that's the root of it. Okay, and we're jumping the alphabet to My Solid Ground. German band, very rare. Originally came out on Bellafon back in the day. It's kind of a mixed bag. It opens with this unbelievable 13-minute track that, it's just extraordinary. The rest of the album, it's good. It's not amazing. So there are highlights, but man, I got to tell you, that 13-minute track, it's probably worth the price of the CD. But it's that early German underground sound, and this new edition comes with 4 bonus tracks. 9 Days Wonder, the Bacillus Years. This is a 3 CD set. So 9 Days Wonder were part German, part English. They made 4 albums. The first album, the self-titled album, I believe from 71, 72, fantastic album, really kind of like Van de Graaff Generator, with a little King Crimson in there. Heavy in spots, opens up with like a 15, 16-minute track. There's two like really long tracks that kind of bookmark. Bookmark is that? Yeah, bookmark the album. Opening and closing with two shorter tracks, and really good. And then they broke up, they got back together, and they went through a series of lineup changes. Michael Bunt became a member. He was a keyboard player, and he had a totally different sound. He had a solo album called Just Landed Cosmic Kid, I think it was called. And kind of he had like a spacey element. But also David Jackson from Van de Graaff Generator is on their, I guess it was their third album, Only the Dancers. They had, at that point, I think they were recording in England, and they kind of veered into more of like a British sound. So this is a very nicely done collection. It's all their albums. You get the self-titled album, We Never Lost Control, Only the Dancers, and Sonnet for Billy Frost. Those were the 4 albums. And I believe there are some singles tracks which are included on here as a bonus. Also, that's from Made in Germany, who seems to be, like they woke up and they decided they're going to start mining the vaults for, all the stuff.
They do a nice job on their releases.
Yeah, I agree. A totally different direction. Doing Rage, P.B. Wagner. He's got to be about 87 at this point, right? And I saw a picture of him, man. He's getting up there in age, I think, and he's starting to look like Rob Halford. And power metal, some progressive elements. And, were you ever a fan?
No, they're just one of those bands that like I've always known about, just never, can't listen to everything type of thing. What I've heard, I've always liked, but I just never really looked in their catalog. They're very well respected. A lot of people, who love old classic metal love them, especially the German stuff. And, yeah.
Everybody wait a couple of months. Pete will be doing Ranking the Rage.
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, I mean they've been around forever, and God, we've been selling them forever. Since we started selling metal, like around 97, 98, we've been carrying Rage titles, and they always sell. So they were never my thing, but they have a built-in audience. Next one, Rise in Atlantis, featuring Frank Beck. Oh my God, Frank Beck. Who's Frank Beck?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't know either till I looked up. Apparently,
he's got to be someone, right?
Apparently he's been with Gamma Ray for since 2014.
Really?
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know all the
Rise in
Gamma Ray, but yeah, that's could be.
Rise in Atlantis, Power to the Past. That's what
I think we know what that album's going to be all about.
I think you look at the cover. It's on Frontiers. I think you kind of know what you.
Yeah.
Okay, Royal Sorrow, Inner Deeps. You reviewed it, or I know you listened to it.
No, I just I posted a news article about their single.
Right. I thought this was, frankly, a little uncharacteristic for Inside Out.
Yeah.
A little bit of has a little bit more of an alternative metal feel. Some progressive elements, I guess. Sort of, you could sort of see that now with Inside Out doing bands like Benthos. So, a little.
Yeah, I mean, I only heard the one song. To me, it's kind of metalcore with like gent elements here and there.
Yeah.
So like that sort of thing,
Yeah.
I think they're trying to get very modern with the bands that they're signing nowadays.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, when I heard they signed Between the Buried and Me, I was like, okay, that's a shift for them. I love Between the Buried and Me, but I never would have thought I would see them on Inside Out. But that's right. They have a very open mind about who they add to the label now.
I mean, frankly, even Haken, as great as Haken is, if you listen to Haken now versus what Haken sounded like even 10 years ago, I mean, there's quite a bit of a shift in the style, and that's fine if that's what the bands want to do and that's what the fans want. Cool.
Yep.
So no problem with it.
Yeah, I'm sure the parent company is driving some of these decisions a little bit.
Sony.
Yeah. You can only sign all the old dinosaur prog bands for so long, right? I mean, I know it's a built-in audience, but I think they're trying to get younger bands on the roster. Right?
Sure. I mean, they've got them all. They got Yes, right? I mean, they got Jethro Tull.
Yep.
Dream Theater now, kind of like a dinosaur. I guess they've been around since quite a while, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Last new CD for the week, the Vintage Caravan Portals. I like this band. I watched your review today, and they're from Iceland. We got Michael Ackerfeld guesting on this. He's on. I think it's just on the one track.
Yeah, the first track. Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't had a chance to dig into it yet, but I've always liked them. They to me, I throw them in broadly into the stoner rock category. To me, it's got like that sort of retro, hard rock, psychedelic feel.
Yeah, it's bluesy, psychedelic, hard rock, definitely retro sounding. Great guitar work, power trio stuff. It's a really good album, and all their stuff is really good. They haven't released a bad album.
No, they're a solid band. And I remember when that first album came out, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, well, that first album was good, and we were like, oh, they're like 15, 16 years old.
Right, exactly. All right, a couple of restocks. Let's see. Anglagard live, made in Norway. This is the Blu-ray DVD. And again, I have to emphasize this was recorded at a different frame rate than US standards. Most current Blu-ray machines shouldn't have any issues playing it. But if you're going to order it, make sure that it'll play because we're not taking it back. And we hadn't had it for quite a while, and we sold a ton of them, and we didn't get one copy back. That's, so, but caveat emptor, please just make sure that you can play it, and then you'll get to see this great band playing live. You got it on Blu-ray, and DVD is an option. So, when worst comes to worst, you could always watch it on your computer, right? So, unless you have a Mac, you can't play the Blu-ray on a Mac. I never understood that. Another restock on vinyl. Phantom Spell, Heather and Hearth. Really good British sort of progressive hard rock. I mean, I guess, sticks with a little
hard
sticks.
Rock, proto something, pomp. Yeah, it's very, very good album.
Yeah, crazy cover.
Yeah.
All right, we'll hit the vinyl and then we're out of here. We got Amorphis. So we have Beat on 3LP black vinyl. Now I have to mention we had the blue vinyl on order, and they arrived for Germany, and they were all damaged.
Oof.
So we had to cancel the orders, and we're no longer offering it. In the future, if I'm able to get copies with perfect covers, we'll make it available for sale again. But right now, we just have the domestic black vinyl.
So all the packaging was ruined?
Hang in there. Not all, but I don't know. Could we switch over to the bigger?
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know if people could see, but they all see this. These are seam splits. It's a triple album. So the vinyl is literally like popping through, and I mean everything else is fine, but I don't want to sell these. So I don't want to get.
Yeah, there's going to be some people that's unacceptable. I'm sure some will be okay.
Absolutely. So, all right, let's jump back to the slides. I got a couple more, then we're done. We got the Edena Gardens, as I mentioned, Dispossessed. Protocol 5. Simon Phillips with Ernest Tibbs, Amaro Ruiz, Jacob Skesny, and Alex Sill.
Yeah.
So great fusion drummer.
Really good album.
Yeah. There's another vinyl only release. I'm sorry, Eric. There's an only vinyl release coming in November, which I have on order. He recorded essentially almost like a direct-to-disc recording. It's not quite direct-to-disc. It was recorded live in the studio, in a recording studio, which has an audience. And they record all analog direct to 2-track. So it's mixed live down to 2-track tape. So it's not direct to disc, but it's direct to 2-track. And I believe this is a return session with the Protocol lineup. And it's the first one was phenomenal. It just you're catching Protocol live in the studio and with an audience. And so that's going to be a double album. That one's going to be coming, I think it's November. So I didn't set it up for pre-order. We're just gonna have copies of it, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think it's at Switzerland. I forget where the studio is. Liechtenstein. It's someplace. It's pretty cool. And then the last thing is Vintage Caravan brought that in on vinyl. That's it for the week. Kind of
cool.
Not super exciting, but some good stuff.
No, some good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cool.
Next week we'll have Crown Lands and some others. There's always something brewing.
Is that a full length or is that the new EP?
It's that vinyl thing.
Okay.
That weird vinyl thing.
Which has got like old recordings on it, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, like from COVID. That's the one that looks like a psychedelic vagina on the cover. And I guess this is the last time I'm going to mention it. The long hair stuff, it's really going. So the piles are getting really, really low. So I'm not gonna bother mentioning it again. So if you're thinking about it, customers are filling in. I think what's happened is people kind of dip their toe in the water with it,
like what they got, and say, "Oh, what else can I grab?"
Yeah, I've had some customers place like 3-4 orders. So if you're thinking about it, don't think much longer, because some of the best titles have already sold out.
It was a good call bringing that stuff in then. See,
I got to tell you, I was nervous when I got the invoice. I was very nervous, but yeah, so that's good. It worked out okay.
Cool. So we'll have the entire list from today pinned in the comments. Lasercd.com is the URL. So go and copy and paste to your heart's content, and happy shopping, everybody. And of course, don't forget
to buy a lot and buy often.
There you go.
Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
I mean, you're not going to buy me that air fryer, Ken?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, man.
That's all right. That's going to be my Christmas present to the wife and I. So early, I guess. So yeah. It'll fit on my counter. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. Nobody knows what we're talking about, but if you guys want the Mac Daddy of air fryers, my wife and I, Laura and I, we fell in love with this air fryer by a company called Typhur, Typhur. It's called the Dome 2. This is the second generation. We liked it so much, we had the Dome, and we had it like a few months, and then the Dome 2 came out, and we bought that, and we gifted the first one to my nephew, and it's a game changer if you're interested in air fryers. And they're it's expensive, but the thing is just unbelievable. And they're running a promotion on it right now, so it's seeing it for like the cheapest price I've ever seen it for. So
yeah, so I've had the Ninja dual chamber air fryer for I don't know 4 years, something like that, and we've loved it. I have no issues with it whatsoever. But Ken has been like needling me about this for probably close to a year now. And I think, the whole stickler was, I asked Ken like a couple weeks ago, I'm like, well, could you do me a favor? Could you like measure the dimensions of that so I can make sure it'll fit on my counter? Because I only have one place I can put this thing. Yeah. But my Ninja it takes up a lot of space too. So he sent me the dimensions. I'm like, oh, this will fit perfectly right here. And it's not quite as tall.
Yeah.
So
the thing with the Typhur is it's not tall, but it's very wide and deep. And so
a lot of coverage. Yeah.
A lot of coverage. You cook an enormous amount of food and you can do it all in one layer. So you're not like constantly mixing stuff and moving it around. And it's the only one on the market that's self-cleaning. And boy, it's fast and it's dead quiet, which is really amazing. I'm like the grilling guy. I got to tell you, I got so lazy now because sometimes I'm just grilling for myself. Lauren is eating something else, and I just don't want to fire up the grill to just to make like a pork chop or something like that. I stick it in a Taifer. Phenomenal, just phenomenal. So
yeah, it's amazing with all this stuff nowadays because I do almost all the cooking here in the house, and between my smoker and my air fryer, that's most of the week. I
yeah,
very rarely am sauteing or baking or anything. I just use those. I either throw some outside on the smoker or I'm using the air fryer. That's my week.
there are certain things that Lauren actually prefers from the air fryer over the grill, which is a massive insult to my grilling abilities. But no, but certain things like chicken breasts, like we do, boneless chicken breasts, they have a tendency to dry out a little bit.
On the grill or the
The
smoker.
grill, I might tend to like overcook them a little bit, but you put them in the air fryer, they come out perfect and moist, and yeah, they're really good, just really good. Fish, we do fish in there.
Oh, I do fish in the air fryer all the time.
Yeah, so I'm not a huge fish person, but like salmon, I like salmon and salmon in the air fryer. So yeah, they have Pete. I don't know I don't know if I still have it, but I may have sent it to you. They have, if you go to the Taifer website, they have a special promotion, and I'll tell you what the code is. The discount code is EPD5.
EPD5.
EPD5, and you get $50 off. So I think it's $299. So with the discount, it's $350 otherwise. And people are probably saying these guys are crazy. $300 for an air fryer. I can get an air fryer for $100. You can, but you can't get one of this quality. So this machine is a game changer.
Well, look at it this way: if you like comparing prices, because yeah, you can spend very little on an air fryer. A tiny little one basket thing. My air fryer, I believe, was like $175, and maybe it's probably a little more expensive now. So that at the time was considered like top of the line, the Ninja. That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
So now when you really think about it, I mean, the one thing that I'm a little leery, not leery, but the one thing I love about mine is that you get the two chambers.
Mm-hmm.
You can set the time on each side to be different and different temperatures and everything. So if I wanted to do like chicken wings on one side and do like, say, I don't know, squash, or zucchini on the other side, you obviously don't want to cook the zucchini as long as you're cooking the chicken.
Yeah.
You can. So I can set it up start this one side at 400 degrees for 35 minutes, and then like 20 minutes into it, the other side with the vegetables will kick in, and you can cook them side by side.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, you can't do it with Taifer. But I've turned on a lot of friends and relatives to the machine, and they bought it, and they're all crazy for it. And my one friend Jonathan, he's got it down to a science now, where he's cooking like 3 different things: his protein and his vegetables, and it's just you develop a sense of when to put.
That's the one thing that is good, because the coverage is so wide, right?
Big.
So you can literally you can put on the one half, you can put all of your protein and you set it to, whatever, 40 minutes. And then that like maybe 25 minutes into that, you push the pause button, right? You throw the vegetables on the other side and throw it back in there, and then that'll finish with everything else.
So like you can do like a whole chicken in there. You have to spatchcock it because you don't have that height.
Right.
Taifer just is coming out with a new machine for $150, which seems to be like more traditional, more vertical. I don't see the point, then might as well just get anything. But like I said, if you spatchcock the chicken, and if you don't know what spatchcocking is, you could Google it. But so basically you're cutting out the breast, the backbone, and then you're laying it flat. And then you could fit an entire chicken in there without any problems whatsoever, and it broils, it toasts, it does everything, and it's all programmable with a Bluetooth app. So the company is Taifer, Typhur. I'm not an affiliate. I'm not part of an affiliate program. I just love it, and the thing is, I really wanted an air fryer. Why? I can't tell you, but I just wanted one because I like toys. and Lauren really didn't want one, and she let me buy it, and she loves it. So we use it constantly. Vegetables, just whatever, and proteins come out great in there.
Yeah.
And
I don't fry anything anymore.
No, and you know what? Heading into the winter, when I'm looking at it's like 34 outside, and I'm staring at the grill on the deck, and I'm like, do I want to go out there? No,
yeah, you got that air fryer right there in the comfort of your own kitchen, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a game changer for me as well. Like being Italian, I love to like kind of bread and fry things, right? It's like, so I make my meatballs in there. I do my chicken cutlets in there. I do eggplant cutlets in there. I do my fish. I put the egg batter and breadcrumbs. I do that in the air fryer. I don't do anything in oil anymore.
Oh, you know what this does? I don't know if yours does this. It's also a dehydrator.
Yes, mine is too. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't done it.
I haven't either, but yeah,
we've been talking about it because Charlie, our dog, he loves sweet potato.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So we get him, sweet potato, dehydrated sweet potato, which he's munching on all the time. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, now that you guys got 10 minutes of air fryer discussion. How many people have hung in with us all this time? They're like
5 minutes. 5 minutes of talking about the new releases, and 10 minutes of talking about our air frying.
Well, thanks for hanging in, everybody. We'll see you next week here on the Professor's Picks. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Tune in tomorrow. We've got from the UK connection, Simon and Steven talking about Slade. We've got the next installment of album Homework Assignment with Rick Labonte and Jim Bakke, and then I will be ranking the albums of Australia's The Master's Apprentices on Sunday. So all that coming up this weekend. We'll see you next week here on the Professor's Picks. For Ken Golden, I am Pete Pardo. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.